Welcome back, guys, to another RB match with the P-51H. New high-tier prop fighter for the Americans. It is definitely one of the shining planes of the American tree. Even though upgrading it takes quite a while, because the modules are 10,000 RP up to 13,000 RP, which takes a while to upgrade. I think in this match the performance was probably half upgraded or so. So it's performing a bit better now when, if it's baited. This match, I already knew that it will be not easy to have an impact in the prop fighter, because it's against the Germans in Korea, and we're having F-84s, and if you're fighting against the Germans and on Korea, you generally have to face F-84Gs from the Italians, and the F-84Gs are insanely powerful because they are the fastest plane in the whole BR range. They have an air spawn, so they are accelerating very quickly right from the get-go. And the Germans have Hortons, which can turn fight as well, even though I would never advise to turn fight in the Horton, because you lose the speed too quickly. But in a 1v1, it's an option. The 262s, was always a fan of the 262s. I think they are a good all-around aircraft with decent speed, decent maneuverability, and very powerful cannons at close range. So I'm trying to climb up as high as I can now and use my altitude to dive on jets that are maybe distracted, and yeah, I'm gonna skip forward until I see some action. I spot some fighters down low which are engaged in maneuvering fights, and they don't have that much speed now. So I try to help my jet buddies out here. The 262 tries to get away, but it's not gonna happen here. He's evading quite heavily, so I'm having troubles of getting hits on him. That's the downside with having the 50 cals in the wings. Finally I get him, because I clipped the wing. Because I have my... Oh, and I'm evading a 262 who's trying to get me. That's the problem with having the machine guns in the wings at this BR, because I have the range set to 500 convergence, so I can actually go head-ons at 1 kilometer as well. And yeah, that's making it more difficult to get decent damage done if you're very close to the enemy. But because it is very rare in the high tier games to get to 200 meters on an enemy, it's not a big deal. Here I'm hiding at lower altitude from the Horton and hoping that he's not gonna dive on me, because I'm alone here. I have no friendlies around me. And if he decides attack me and also lose his speed, I'm pretty sure he can outmaneuver me and shoot me down. Luckily, he's more interested in the jets that are fighting further back. This match we had a bunch of bombers, which normally isn't very good for the team, but it seems like the B-29s are doing a decent job of first distracting the enemy and also killing some of them, which gives us the time to thin them out. Not really sure what I should do here, so I'm just continue on the 262. Going in ahead on at longer range and going out of the way once we get closer. And in this engagement I realized that this 262 was the U4 with the 5 centimeter. So I didn't need to be as worried as I was here in the engagement, because it is very unlikely that he's gonna snipe me at over 1 kilometer. It can happen, but it is very unlikely. And I'm diving on this F-84, which for some reason lost a bunch of speed. Probably had some wing damage, because he also didn't try to evade me. I see the arrow there, but I think at this point I was pretty much out of ammo. And I was returning to base. Gonna skip forward now until, yeah, I'm up in the air again and ready to engage the enemy. And here we are back. When I'm climbing up to altitude again, and I'm already seeing that the Horton is back. And the F-84 and the P-80 are engaging the Horton already. And now the C-3 Arado is also coming back. I'm a bit not sure which one I should engage. And I sniped the pilot of the Horton. He was pulling up in front of me. And now going for the 234. Which has more speed than I have, so I can only spray a bit. Yeah, the jets will gonna finish it off, I'm not sure at this point. The Arado is a very fast bomber, at least for a PR of 7.0. Getting a crit, and this crit at least gets me an assist. No. That's it for this game. And I think another example of how props can actually be useful when fighting jets Especially if you have the ability of diving at the same speed as the enemy jets can fly. If they are low and they cannot dive away, then that's your chance to get them.